Hi guys, it's Renegade Rancher. I wanted to talk chickens, chickens and breeds because there's a lot of talk about sustainability and chicken this and chicken that, and I think a lot of what people are doing isn't sustainable. And I probably don't have a lot of things to say that a lot of people are going to like unless you're really into sustainability, because I'm trying to do this. I don't know where to look when I have my phone like this. Like, we have a trash pile, big mess over there. So let me try this way. Is that better? Am I facing you? Chickens. For sustainability, you want a good producing breed, and preferably a dual purpose meaning they lay eggs and they're used for meat, so they get kind of big, and they're not always going to be just one breed that you need, because as I mentioned in one of my other videos, you have to have a breed that will be broody as well, meaning that it will hatch eggs. If you have a breed that doesn't really go broody, they're not gonna hatch eggs. They're just not going to set. But you can have great layers and you can have great meat birds. So my kind of solution for that is I picked a group of chickens here that are heritage, and they're not a beautiful breed of chicken. I mean, they're not ugly. Don't you come peck me. Don't you do it. But they are pretty docile. They are good producers, and they are meat birds, dual purpose, and prolific. They're good for heat or cold, but they're just normal birds. They're Rhode Island Reds. There's a lot of these kind of breeds that are like this. They don't particularly go broody. So to overcome that, I've chosen some Sussex. I haven't got them yet. These guys are just now laying, so we're going to incubate for a little while. But the Sussex are broody hens, and they're not bad dual purpose either, but they're pretty and broody. So those could be really good layers. So I can take them, mark the eggs, and sorry about that, and lay them underneath the hens, and then the hens will be my incubator. So whammo, sustainable chickens. Now, the thing about a lot of the breeds are, I know you love your chickens, I know you love all of your breeds, but guys, I'm going to tell you a really hard fact of a lot of the animals that we've got now. They're vanity breeds, and they're not sustainable. A lot of times animals were bred to be, in the modern times, to be pretty, for exhibition, or showbirds, or for one purpose. Now, if you've got a lot of money right now and lots of land, and you want to get you one breed that's great for eggs, and one breed that's great for meat, and another breed that's great for feathers in case you want to make feather pillows again, go for it. But to be sustainable for the majority of us requires a dual purpose breed or two, and a broody breed. And the reason being, not all the characteristics can be bred into one breed. So all breeding is isolating characteristics. That's really all husbandry and selective breeding is. So the problem with having mixed flocks, and I'm sorry, my hands, I can't find my selfie stick. Mixed flocks is you don't know what you're going to get. So if I have 10 different kinds of chickens and I'm letting them all just run around with a rooster or two, it's going to be like half the rooster and whatever chicken he breeds. So I'm grabbing these eggs and I'm putting them away, and then I'm throwing those chickens back in my flock. By that time, say I start out with a couple Rhode Island Reds and a couple Australorps, they're both dual purpose. I'm going to get something that maybe looks like a cross between the two, but it's also going to be, who knows what else is being bred in there. Lower egg production. Smaller bird, smaller quantity, different type of meat. Maybe it's going to be more aggressive, or maybe it's going to be broodier or not broody. So we're always, I've got hawks, man. We're always compromising on the characteristics every time we cross an animal. So the whole idea for sustainability is to keep the best breeders, the best genetics, the best temperament, whatever traits it is that you want, breed for those. So if you've got a mixed flock and you don't know what your hens are doing, you don't know what your roosters are doing, you're just throwing them out there, you're not going to know what you're going to get. So for sustainability, you have to choose. It starts with a good breed. It starts with good breeds. It starts with functional breeds that can be sustainable. They're going to have babies. They're going to be fertile. The rooster's going to be gentle, and he's going to be fertile, and he's going to like to reproduce, and the hens are going to respect him and let him reproduce. And you know that you're getting the good genetics because you've selected a good rooster, and you're taking out hens that are problematic. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to get rid of them, but you could sell them, or you could isolate them, and just let them be just layers for like food eggs instead of hatching eggs. So you've got all these characteristics and these traits that you want to protect. And if you're not selecting a sustainable breed, Leghorns are a good one too, as long as they're like non-industrial. But they're not always going to be like the flashy chickens. A lot of your flashy chickens just aren't sustainable. They're not. And so when we talk about this, and we're coming at it from a necessity standpoint, I think most people looking into homesteading and permaculture and things now understand that this country's going down in a lot of ways. And I think maybe you're hopefully realizing that that food security is an oxymoron, really. There's no such thing, because they're attacking it. So if you're looking at it from that standpoint, instead of like vanity breeds, okay, so the olive eggers and the Easter eggers, the Americanas, some of the really pretty birds, but you can get some really pretty heritage breed birds that are rare and that are beautiful and that are like still dual purpose. Javas, Langshans, they're beautiful, and they're not just one color. I mean, you can get a blue Langshan and they can lay purple eggs. I mean, wow. And Javas, mottled Javas, are gorgeous, and they're dual purpose. Now, they're not all going to be as prolific, but you can start your own pedigree, and that's the beautiful thing of it. So it starts with your breeds. Pick a dual purpose heritage breed, because they're proven. You know what you're going to get. You know that you're going to be getting a good breeder. You know that you're going to be getting good meat birds. You know pretty much what it is. And then watch your chickens. Selectively breed them. So like you can have the rooster just run if you're just eating the eggs. But if you're wanting hatching eggs, get your best rooster and your best hens and set aside those. Let those be your hatching eggs. Let those be ones that you sell for now. Let them, whatever. Do your best. Work on your flock. And this is the thing that you've got to think about. What else you need? They've got to be good foragers. They've got to not be like real super picky. They've got to be able to be good scratchers. They've got to be able to have a rooster that will protect them. Here we've got crazy hawk and eagle pressure from the air. And there was just a hawk right here behind the greenhouse that was hovering over them when I came out. Anyway, they have to have these characteristics. And if you're just one to say, oh yeah, chickens is a good idea, I want some pretty chickens, they're not sustainable. And guys, keep your vanity breeds and as long as you can, but work on some breeds that are not vanity breeds, that are going to sustain you, that are going to be able to sustain you and your family and maybe some neighbors too. Have some bartering, have something that you're going to be able to reasonably work with. And look into this and figure out what breeds are going to work for you. There's a whole lot of information out there. So to cover this all in a little video here, I couldn't do, but I'm happy to help. There's plenty of information, plenty. The Livestock Conservancy is great for heritage breeds. I am all for heritage breeds. There are some others that, wouldn't be bad, but I think you're going to always go right with a heritage breed. Anyway, that's my sustainable chicken breed selection kind of overview. And I think that yesterday was the time. So anyway, Renegade Rancher, till next time, guys.